Good morning. Welcome to the Daily 11. Now, as always, I've got a question for you. It's a little bit different today, but let me ask it. What do Betty Crocker and Alice Cooper have in common? Well, here's the answer. They were both at one point possible names for a band, and one won out. Uh, and it's an amazing story. If you know who Alice Cooper is, you probably think it's a person. It's actually not a person, it's a band. The person that you think is Alice Cooper is named Vince Fournier. Vince Fournier. Vince is an amazing guy, and I've been watching him for years. I didn't really pay attention when I was a kid. Uh, he's the lead singer and the leader of the band Alice Cooper. And you know his face well. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s, he was big then. And now he's in his 70s. He's a senior adult, but he is an amazing senior adult. And I've been just sort of paying attention to him for a while. And just the things that come out of his mouth are just Christ honoring. And so I've really enjoyed just listening to him. I've never listened. I don't know any Alice Cooper songs. I've never listened to them. I know that what they were part of was the band Alice Cooper was a shock rock band. So they did all of these horrible things on stage and demonic things and back in the day. And I just decided he was one of those guys that, couldn't, certainly is of the world and couldn't be saved. And boy, was I wrong. I've got a video here. I want you to watch this video. This is the other man's name is Greg Laurie. He's interviewing him, but I want you to listen to what Vince says about naming the band, as I talked about, and then also I want you to watch what he says and listen to what he says about Jesus Christ. Listen to this. Watch this.
Yeah, I'm with Vince Fournier, probably known to you as Alice Cooper. How did you go from Vince to Alice?
We were called the Nazz, N-A-Z-Z.
Yeah.
And we found out that Todd Rundgren's band was named the Nazz, so we had to change the name. Now, we already had a notorious reputation in LA.
Right.
We were the band that was like, what's going to happen? Very theatrical thing. And everybody said, well, let's call ourselves the Demon this or some horrific name. I said, what if we go the other way? I was thinking Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker.
I was thinking, what's a great grandmother name? And then they get us, right? And the first name I thought it was Alice Cooper. I said, it's like Alice Cooper. I thought that was a great grandmother name.
Yeah.
Right. And it stuck. Everybody got the humor of this. They got the humor of, oh yeah, I get it, the juxtaposition of this. Now, one of the guys that was a road manager and his mother did the Ouija board all the time.
Yeah.
And they asked it, who's Alice Cooper, and spelled out my name. Now, I believe that as far as I can throw this building.
Yeah.
But it was a much bigger story. Oh, they got the name from the Ouija board. She was a 13th century witch. Okay, the public wants to believe that.
Yes.
Rather than we were smart enough to call the band something opposite of what we were.
Yeah.
We wanted people to think they were going to get a blonde folk singer, and they got us.
So speaking of a juxtaposition, how that happened, now tell them who Jesus Christ is to you.
Well, I mean, it's everything. I mean, we're not here without him. Most people I know, young people, think Jesus Christ is a swear word.
Yeah.
Even at Solid Rock, where we have the teenagers down there,
Right.
They have no idea that who Jesus Christ is.
Yeah.
He's not preached enough.
Yeah.
Most written about character of all time.
Yes.
In history.
Right.
And yet people go out of their way to not believe in him.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because they don't want to give up their godship.
Yeah.
They want to be. I'm a good enough. They believe the Hollywood version of, I do more good than bad, that kind of thing. And I go, boy, is that?
Right.
Satan's got you right where he wants you.
Yeah.
To believe that.
Yeah.
I said, because I am the way, the truth, and the life, and
That's
no one
right.
cometh to the Father but by me.
Right.
I said, those are the truest words ever spoken. And
Yeah.
how can you deny that?
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, I mean, my life is based on that now.
Yeah.
It's not based on, I'm rock and roll. It allows me to be a rock and roller. But follow me.
Yeah.
So my lifestyle is, you know, my wife and I both, it's our lifestyle, our kids, it's a Christian lifestyle.
Yeah.
But again, it's the old saying, why should the devil have all the good music?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of Christian rockers out there.
Yeah, there are.
You know, I just happen to be the most
um, did you catch? He said he was talking about his ministry, Solid Rock. Anyway, they live a Christian lifestyle, and I guess what I wanted to say today is, isn't that amazing that how often? Really, I guess the question is for me more than you today, but how often do I just give up on people? I mean, just watching that video, it's really a shot over the bow, a warning shot over the bow of my ministry and of my evangelism and how much I share with people. Because it's so easy for me to say, well, you know, they're a lost cause. You know, they live an alternative lifestyle, or they're mean, or they're into drugs, or their profanity gives them away. They do, you know, rock music. They're in a rock band, whatever it might be. But somebody told Vince Fournier, Alice Cooper, about Jesus Christ. Somebody shared with him, and he came to know Jesus. And I just think sometimes I give up way too easily. I mean, you know, I'm a pastor, and I preach every week. And as he was saying in the video, Jesus Christ is not preached enough, which, of course, I agree with. But I think it's so amazing that I really do have people. Do you? I have people in my mind and in my heart that I just think they'd never come to know Jesus Christ. They're just too far gone. When actually what I found, and even with this evidence, I still somehow, you know, don't believe that they could come to know Jesus. I've found so many times in ministry that the people who are fighting it the most, who are the most vocal about how much they hate God or how much they despise Jesus, or and here's the real popular term, how little they care about organized religion, as they call it, and what they mean is church. Those are the people that are closest to coming to know Jesus. They're the ones that are about to receive him. That's why they're fighting it so much. Satan, and again, this was mentioned in the video by Vince, but Satan has you right where he wants you. He said, if you just believe, if you're good enough, you'll go to heaven. As he put it, my good outweighs my bad. But Satan also has me right where he wants me if he convinces me that they're just too far gone. They'll never receive Jesus. Jesus' love and mercy and grace is just too far away from them. That person is too mean or is too worldly or materialistic or too much of a whatever it might be. I mean, I can go on and on, but you get my point, that we think that if somebody isn't asking the questions, that maybe we just need to leave them alone, because it creates awkward moments, doesn't it? I mean, that's what sharing our faith does here in America. Some places it'll mean that you lose your head. Paul certainly did, and it's still going on today, people being martyred. As a matter of fact, there are more martyrs today, people being martyred today, than there were in the first century. But for us, it's more about embarrassment. It's about awkwardness. It's about risking. Our risk is whether or not this person is still going to talk to us at work, or still going to be coming to Thanksgiving dinner, or whatever it might be. And you never know. You really don't. I mean, there are people that they're going to hang on to their godlessness and their worldliness as long as they can. But what does it mean for us? Well, what have we been called to do? Matthew 28:18 through 20 says, all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Go, therefore. And by the way, that word translates as you were going, go. It means as you're going about your day, be specific about sharing Jesus. Go, therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey all that I've commanded you. And then he says he'll be with us, even to the end of the age. So you'll never be without Jesus as you're sharing Jesus with people. Somebody shared with Alice Cooper. Is there an Alice in your life? Is there a Vince Fernier in your life? Somebody that you just think, they're just too far gone. I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage you to, and encourage me. I want to encourage you today to share your faith. Be vocal. Oh, certainly live your life. I love the words of the old pastor who said, preach always. He was talking to other younger pastors. He said, preach always. And if necessary, use words. But do use words because it is necessary. Speak up. Be vocal. Certainly let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven, which we're taught in Mark. But also, I want to encourage you to use words. Share your faith. I know that heart starts pounding. I know that you put something at risk. Maybe the person won't want to speak to you. Maybe they'll see you as a holy roller or whatever it might be. But it is the command of Jesus that we do that. Somebody shared with Vince Fernier, lead singer of Alice Cooper, and he and as he said, he and his wife and his children live that beautiful Christian life. That's their lifestyle. And let your lifestyle, your Christian lifestyle, your beautiful Christian lifestyle be reflected and shine on others and speak up and share with others so that they can know Jesus Christ as well. There is a sense of urgency. Somebody once said that we need to plan like Jesus is not coming back for 1,000 years, but we need to work like he's coming back tomorrow. And in this particular area, the area of evangelism, the area of sharing Jesus with others, this is an area that we need to work like he's coming back tomorrow. We don't know when he's coming back, but we do know that he is the way, the truth, the life, and no one comes to the Father except through him. So I want to encourage you today just to share your faith. Tell somebody about Jesus. And maybe, who knows, maybe it's a Vince Fernier kind of situation where they're trying to shock the world. They're trying to fight it as much as they can. But they're going to be an amazing believer because you shared with them. Have a great day.